everyone, Sheila Walker here with the Oil Can. I'm coming to you. Today is February something. Let's see, it's February 10th. And anyway, I want to talk to you. Today we're going to be talking about digestive enzymes, why you need them, what's important, what are they, and what's important about them. Hi Beth, thanks for joining us today. Before I get to the digestive enzymes, I want to just let you know that the supply is running low. That's the word that I've got for the winter protection kit. It's because when we run out of manuka oil, then they're going to cut that kit off. So if you haven't gotten your order in yet for the winter protection kit, that's a great deal on that. I've actually been using the manuka oil along with my moisturizer in the morning. I do yarrow palm with the serum. What is it? Age something serum, age defying serum. Can you tell? Looks awesome. No? So I use the yarrow palm. I add a couple drops with the serum, part of the face care products, and then I add a drop of manuka with the moisturizer, and I'm good to go. This next week, we're going to be starting the 30-day cleanse, and we're going to get you ready for feeling really good, having more energy for spring and summer. And so I went over the whole cleanse last week. So if you have questions about that, look at last week's video. Starting next Monday, we're going to start the first 10 days of that 30-day cleanse. It's the activate phase, and that is to prepare your body for unloading some of the toxins that we're going to be doing. So as of next Monday, this is what you need to have in your household. You need to have the Lifelong Vitality Vitamins, LLV. You need to have Terrazyme, digestive enzymes, and the rest of the things I don't have in here. The Zendocrine Complex and the Zendocrine Soft Gels and the lemon oil. That's all you need for Monday. The rest of the month, we're going to be adding some other things. I've got it posted in the section for this video, what you need. Oops, I don't want to drop all my notes here. I spent a lot of time researching those. I did end up uploading a new 30-day cleanse checkoff list for both adults and kids. You will, if you can't find it as you're scrolling on this page, then you'll find it on the Files tab. There's one for adults and one for kids. And this one just uses up quite a bit less ink than the other one that I had in there. And you can see what you need to take. See, it's got the activate, reset, and renew, the 3 phases. Each one is 10 days. And you can see how there's a checkoff box for if you took it for that day. So it's got the vitamins and the enzymes and the Zendocrine and all that stuff. Okay, so this is in the Files tab. So we're going to be starting that on Monday. Today we're going to be talking specifically about Terrazyme, which is digestive enzymes. And this is something that is super good to use always. And you're going to see why when I go through all the ingredients in this. But this is definitely a component with the 30-day cleanse. So you're going to want this. Digestive enzymes help you digest your food better and absorb the nutrients easier or more completely. If that makes sense. Okay, so I did some research on digestive enzymes, why you should take them, what are the symptoms of digestive enzyme deficiency, the benefits of taking digestive enzymes, and then there are a bunch of digestive enzymes in this. So Terrazyme, it's just a group of digestive enzymes. Let me see. See, here's the ingredients. And you can see it has protease, papaya, I can't read them all that way, protease, papain, amylase, lactase, what is that? Lactase, lipase, alpha, big old long word. I'll be able to pronounce it when I can see it better when it's in bigger print. Anyway, there's a bunch of different digestive enzymes. We're going to be talking about all of them today. So to start off with, your body makes digestive enzymes, but a lot of those digestive enzymes your body stops making even in childhood. And so by the time we reach adulthood, obviously we don't have those digestive enzymes, but we've also used a lot of digestive enzymes in our supply because we've eaten processed food, fast food, food that requires a lot more digestive enzymes. And so a lot of things, a lot of our enzymes that we produce naturally are on really short supply by the time we become adults or even teenagers. So what are some of the symptoms of enzyme deficiency? I found diarrhea, constipation, gas, bloating, stomach pain, foul smelling or greasy stools, weight loss, sometimes people will feel a rock in their stomach, malnutrition symptoms, and food sensitivities. So these are all related to digestive system, and that's why we need to use digestive enzymes. How does the body get deficient? Well, we can have intestinal problems, we can have health conditions, we can be on antibiotics that kills the healthy bacteria in our body or our digestive system. We can just be getting older. like I talked earlier, is that even by adolescence, a lot of times our bodies aren't making digestive enzymes that we need. And so what our body does then is it robs our body of metabolic enzymes, and then we're having metabolic problems. So the benefits of digestive enzymes, this is what I found in my research. You guys have heard me talk about digestive enzymes before, but I just did a little bit more research today on what all these different enzymes do and what are the benefits of them. So better nutrient absorption, helps with leaky gut, helps with IBS, clears up your skin. Chronic fatigue and pain is helped with metabolizing and digesting your food better and getting better nutrients. Believe it or not, just that whole digestive process also helps with how you handle mood and anxiety and stress. And it also helps you with your mental focus and with your memory. So all of that sounds like things that we need, right? We want to be thinking better, feeling better, handling stress better. And so all of that is page 1 of my notes, okay? So now we're going to be getting into what are the digestive enzymes that are in Terrazyme. Okay, so I showed you the back of this bottle, right? So see all of those ingredients right there? I looked up every one of those every one of those ingredients, and they're all enzymes. And I have notes on what it includes. So the first one is lactase. So you're going to hear a lot of ACE at the end of all of these enzymes because it seems like they all end with that. So lactase breaks down dairy. So you've heard of people who are lactose intolerant. So lactase is what our bodies, what our pancreas makes in order to break down dairy. Actually, let me correct myself because that's not the first one I wanted to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. I just got my notes out of order. So lactase is actually in the small intestine is where it's found. And lactase is one of those enzymes that our bodies stop making by the time we're 5 years old. Okay, by the time we're in kindergarten, we don't have any lactase anymore. And what are we sending our kids to school with oftentimes, or what are they having for breakfast in the morning? They're oftentimes having cereal with whole milk or 2% or whatever, right? So even in the African American population, lactase enzyme is usually not being made anymore in 2-year-olds. So for some reason, the African American population has a little different system there where they actually stop producing lactase by the time they're 2. Okay, so what happens is you have undigested lactose, and that goes into the colon, and that creates excess gas and bloating and discomfort and fluid. Okay, so that's what the digestive enzyme lactase does. Let's talk about lipase. It's Lipase. And lipase breaks down the fats in your food. This is made in your pancreas, and it absorbs or allows absorption in the intestines. So healthy fats are good for us, but if we're not absorbing them, if we can't break down, then that explains why we would have maybe problems with our nerves, or problems with our mood, or problems with our memory, things like that, because all of those things need healthy fats in order to be working properly. So lipase breaks down the fats in your food. Okay, now here's that big old long word. Alpha galactosidase. Galactosidase. It's got the ace in the end of it. Alpha galactosidase, something like that, okay? What this does is it breaks down your grains, your cereals, your vegetables, all those things, the vegetables that contain sugars, and it helps with gas and bloating, okay? So you're going to see that all of these different enzymes, some of them are going to break down sugars, some are going to break down grains, some are going to break down dairy, some are going to break down meats. So all these different things that we eat, there's different enzymes that do each of them, and Terrazyme has all of those enzymes that we need. Okay, so let's move on to cellulase, Cellulase. This is not actually a single enzyme, but it's a group of enzymes, and it breaks down cellulose. So what is cellulose? Cellulose is in plants. It's the part that gives the structure to the plants. So anything that makes it kind of stiff. So I'm thinking of like celery stem. That's going to have a lot of cellulose in it. It's insoluble without cellulase. Okay, so cellulase is the enzyme that's going to break down that plant matter so that we can digest it and absorb the nutrients and get energy from what our body is digesting. So if you think about it's the stems and the leaves and the branches of a plant that have that fibrous or stiff tissue to it. So, you know, broccoli has those thicker branches. Asparagus has a fibrous part to it, right? Celery, carrots, they have fibrous, dense part to it, right? And without cellulase, our bodies don't digest that. So we need to have that. There we go, that's cellulase. Okay, protease. This was page 1 of my notes that I wanted to talk about. Just got them out of order, doesn't really matter. Anyway, protease, Protease. So protease, it breaks down the long molecules of protein into their components, which are amino acids. So this protease, it starts in the pancreas. It's activated by another enzyme found in the small intestine, and amino acids are used to create energy for our bodies. That's how our bodies function, is we eat food, we make energy from that food, and then we can do things, right? Either energy is even like breathing. Our bodies need energy for breathing, right? Needs energy for skin production, needs energy to digest our food, needs energy to make hair, healthy eyesight, all those kind of things. And obviously to go for a walk or a hike or a run, all those things create energy, right? Okay, so what are some of the other essential processes that protease helps our body do? Blood clotting. Okay, blood clotting, would you say, is an essential process? Yes, it is. I'm sure you guys would agree with me on that. So we want our bodies to be able to clot blood effectively when we get cut, right? Otherwise, we're going to have, well, we want to have healthy blood clotting. We don't want to have excessive clotting of our blood. And we also don't want blood that doesn't clot when we get hurt and then we have excessive bleeding, right? So, hey guys, last week when I was in here, people had a bunch of questions, and I didn't even remember to scroll down afterwards. But if you guys have questions with this, just post them in the comments, and I'll try to remember. If I do happen to forget, though, I will answer them when I'm all done. So let's talk about other essential processes that protease covers. So we talked about blood clotting and healthy cell division. So we've talked about before how we have things inside our cells that tell our cells how they're supposed to function correctly, right? It'll be the energy component, it'll be the directions component. All the different parts that the cell needs is inside the cell. And if we get junk and trash and garbage in there, our cells don't function very well. When they reproduce, they split and they copy everything that was inside that cell. So if we have junk in our cells, now we have twice as much junk, right? If we have done some things to make healthy cells, then we're going to be copying healthy cells and feeling better, right? So protease helps with that healthy cell division. And then recycling of proteins. These are all essential processes that just protease. That's just one digestive enzyme that is found in Terrazyme. Let's move on to papain, P-A-P-A-I-N. It comes from papaya. And papain breaks down proteins into peptides and more amino acids. Papain is actually used in meat tenderizers. So this is a digestive enzyme that specifically helps with breaking down meat and getting the nutrients from meat. It also helps with inflammation, specifically in your throat and your pharynx. Helps with hay fever, helps with runny nose, and any kind of skin irritations that you may be dealing with. So papain is a healthy, most of us are meat eaters. It doesn't hurt to have digestive enzymes if you are not a meat eater. What your body does is any digestive enzymes that you're taking that your body isn't using, it just expels what it doesn't use. It takes whatever it needs and it just expels what it doesn't use. So if you're not a meat eater, then Terrazyme is still super healthy for you. Very good for you to take. Remember when we were talking about being able to digest plants properly with, what was that? Not lactose. Which one was it? Cellulose, I think. Yep. Cellulose is what we need, is what is in all the plants that gets the fiber, and we need cellulase digestive enzyme in order to digest that. So let's move on to the next one. Amylase, A-M-Y-L-A-S-E. So amylase is what breaks down the starches and the carbs in our diet and breaks those down into sugar for our bodies to use as energy. it's also made in the pancreas. So we've talked about using digestive enzymes to break down carbs and starches, dairy, meat, plants, all these different things. Now let's talk about sucrase. Sucrase breaks down sugar, or breaks down sucrose, which is basically table sugar. So, which isn't the best thing for you, but we can't actually break that down completely unless we have sucrase, because that's the digestive enzyme that our body makes, that oftentimes we need to be able to support our body with making so that we can digest sugar. Now, sugar is in pretty much any processed food that you get, right? And then if you're having any kind of baked goods and stuff, there's sugar. So sucrase is definitely a digestive enzyme that we need just to be able to help our bodies to be able to process things better. Okay, betaine hydrochloride. It's BETAINE, hydrochloride, or betaine HCl. Okay, what does this do? This actually inhibits the overgrowth of candida. You may have heard of candida albicans, or people who get a lot of yeast infections or fungal infections, have yeast problems with their health. We can have a healthy level of candida in our body, but if that gets out of balance, which typically happens with the use of antibiotics, then we want to control that growth. We don't want that to be growing rampant in our body, because it causes a lot of problems. So betaine hydrochloride actually helps prohibit the overgrowth of candida. It also helps with the digestion and absorption of, what did I write? Oh, B12, vitamin B12, calcium, iron, and proteins. So especially us as women, as we get older, well, even younger, we need calcium and iron, right, to function well. We need the absorption of vitamin B12 and proteins. So that's what betaine hydrochloride does. Next digestive enzyme in here is glucoamylase, GLUCOAMYLASE. This is one of the digestive enzymes that helps us absorb the nutrients and helps us to create energy from the plants that we eat, from the vegetables and the fruits that we eat, okay? It breaks down starches from plants and helps us to be able to absorb those nutrients better. Now, there's two other components that is specific to Terrazyme. They're not digestive enzymes that you can find online. All these other ones, I just found them online. I just Googled sucrase, or glucoamylase. Okay, I just Googled those. You guys can do the same thing and do your own research. The things that are specific to doTERRA's Terrazyme, in addition to having all of those enzymes all in one, is there's an anti-gluten enzyme blend. So you've heard so much in the last few years about people having gluten sensitivities, right? Terrazyme has an anti-gluten digestive enzyme in it, a blend that helps with gluten. And I know a while back, I'm not completely grain-free anymore. I really kind of should probably get back on that again. But when I was completely grain-free for about 3 years, okay, so I say completely grain-free. Every once in a while, I would go to like Macaroni Grill with my daughter, and we would enjoy that rosemary sourdough bread, whatever they have, right? And because it was such a wonderful memory with my daughter and I going over to Macaroni Grill, I would just take some digestive enzymes and make sure that because I knew that I felt better, I would tolerate those grains better. if I did the Terrazyme. So if I didn't do Terrazyme and I added like even a burger bun to my diet, the next 3 days I would just be like no energy whatsoever. If any of you guys have gone grain-free and then you occasionally add grains in your diet, you'll know what I'm talking about. You feel like you're just like cement for the next 3 days. It's just a reaction to the gluten. So Terrazyme has an anti-gluten enzyme blend in it, and it also has a tummy tamer blend. So you don't have to worry about upset tummies with digestive enzymes. So what is the tummy tamer blend? It has peppermint, ginger, and caraway in it. Helps ease any kind of stomach discomfort. So you know what I think is totally cool? Rather than, I don't know how many digestive enzymes I've talked about here, probably 10. Rather than having 10 different bottles of different digestive enzymes and having to try to figure out, you know, how much do you take of each one to make them effective, oftentimes we end up, you know, that's just a lot of work, and we're not scientists and we can't get it all right. And even if we were total science nerds and we were working on getting it all right, the capsules don't even come in the right size, right? To be able to have everything at the perfect amount. And that's what doTERRA has done with Terrazyme, okay? So everything here is in the perfect amount so that, first of all, you're getting all of those 10 or so digestive enzymes in one pill, and they're all in the exact amounts so that they're going to work together to be able to digest your food and help your body pull out those nutrients the best way, right? So how do you take them? On the directions on the back, it says to take 1 to 3 capsules per meal. So if you have a light meal, say you're just having toast in the morning or something like that, then take 1. The denser, bigger meals that you get, add 2 or 3. So if you're having, you know, lasagna or a great big dinner, you might want to take 3. And somewhere in the middle, obviously, you're going to take 2. And you will notice that when you start taking digestive enzyme, you're going to be pooping more. Okay, that's part of your body just absorbing the nutrients and expelling the waste. And so that's a good thing about digestive enzymes, is you don't want to accumulate things that your body isn't using. You want your body to expel those things, because when they stay in your body, they don't do anything good for you. Now, you can also take digestive enzymes on an empty stomach. Typically, we take digestive enzymes when we're eating to help digest our food and pull out those nutrients better, absorb those nutrients better. But you can also take digestive enzymes on an empty stomach. And what it does there is it helps support your immune system. It helps cut down inflammation in your body. And it actually helps your liver have a healthy liver. Okay? And what you do is you would take those either 30 minutes before a meal or 2 hours after a meal. That's usually when your stomach is empty by then. Okay? Okay, I got 4 pages of notes on digestive enzymes that I just shared with you. Did some research on today. Now, I want to, you can buy Terrazyme just on its own, and you're going to pay a lot more than, well, first of all, you want to have your wholesale account, right? Then you're going to save 25%. But you can get the Terrazyme for cheaper if you're doing the 30-day cleanse with us. Buy the Cleanse and Restore Kit, because you're going to save a bunch just by getting that Cleanse and Restore Kit, all those things that you're going to need. If you are not going to do the Cleanse and Restore Kit, or just for your other reference when you're wanting to get Terrazyme, you guys have heard me talk about the Lifelong Vitality Pack. When you get the vitamin and supplement pack, then you can get up to 3 items for cheaper. They're called add-ons, and Terrazyme is one of the add-ons that you can get. So you can get Terrazyme for almost half price when you buy it with the vitamins. doTERRA is really big on just helping our foundational health. And when we have a really good foundation, then really we have less things going on that need care in our body. We need less oils and less medicine, and we feel better when we're taking care of our bodies. So doTERRA gives us a break by working on the foundation of our health, okay? So we can get the Lifelong Vitality, the vitamin and supplement pack, and then you just add this on. I think it's 37. I never buy it on its own. I think it's $37.50 if you buy it on its own, but if you buy it with the supplement pack, it's only $20. Okay, so pretty much all the supplements that you get as add-ons are $20. Even the pain pills, even the deep blue pain pills, they're like a third of the price. Okay, so I think that's all I have for you guys. Okay, no questions. I'm going to check questions again. So no questions this week. If you guys have questions later, you can post them in the comments and I'll get to them. And I hope you guys are going to join us for the 30-day cleanse. If not, then hopefully what I said today will make sense about the need for digestive enzymes. And you're just going to notice such a difference if you try them. Even just try them for a month and see if you don't notice a difference. So anyway, guys, hope to see you later. I'll talk to you later. Bye.